Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to everyone who is watching this video. My name is Eryani, and I'm here to present to you the summary of me and Emelia's mini research titled Biased Language on Twitter in Context of Israel-Palestine Conflict, the study of critical digital literacy. So, what we're doing here is we're trying to answer two key questions. The first is what are the type of biased language that appears within this context? And the second is how they are presented within this context. So the theory that we're going to use here is Sarah Mill's biased language theory based on her book titled Language and Sexism, published in 2008. Now let's move to the methodology. So the approach here is the method by Smith and Osborne in 2004, and it is a qualitative research design. And what we're going to focus on here is we're going to analyze 30 tweets spanning from October 7th to November 7th, 2023. So we're going to move to the analysis. Here I have two examples that I'm going to take to show you the way how we analyze these tweets. So first here we have a tweet I labeled racial bias. So it is a tweet by Gad Saad. He says Israel is bombing Gaza today because one, Jews are inherently genocidal, or two, Hamas slaughtered and raped 1,400 plus Israeli on October 7th. So this is a polling. He is intentionally with his language, the way he phrases to sway people when they are voting this tweet. So what he says first is Jews are inherently, you can see that the word choice that he used, inherent. Inherent means you are born with it. You are genetically predisposed to be a certain way. So when he says Jews, meaning an ethnic or racial group, is inherently genocidal, that is racial bias, because he is saying that Jewish people in their genetic prone to be genocidal. Now, the second example that we're going to use, I labeled gender and sex bias. Here's why. A tweet by Laura Loomer, she said, what a nasty blow-up doll-looking Jew hater. Dr. Anastasia, more like Dr. Anti-Semite, she needs to be reported to the medical board where she lives. I'm going to file a report against her. So it seems that Laura Loomer is attacking what I can assume Anastasia, Dr. Anastasia here is a pro-Palestine Twitter user. And look at the word choice here. She said a nasty blow-up doll. So she is referring to another woman as a blow-up doll. A blow-up doll is a sex toy, meaning she is degrading this other woman and reducing her to a sex object, which is a biased language. It is intentionally used to be biased. So those two are our example here. And so what we find from all of the 30 tweets, we find that religion is the most frequent, appear 32.73% in all of the tweets. To second, and race in second, appearing 15 times, which is 27.27%. And the list is class bias. So you can see here is the chart. You can see how big the slice of religion and race too. And there are some sex and gender. Now I'm going to explain to you why that is. So what we conclude here is that why is religion and race, even though race is second, it is very big compared to the others, is because Israel and Palestine conflict, the genocide of Palestinians, is inherently shaped by political, historical, cultural, and identity. So racial identity, religious, it is the nature of the topic that we're focusing on. That's why a lot of the language is biased against the religion, in this instance, Islam and Jewish, and the racial bias, which is the Jewish people and the Palestinian people. So that is all of my presentation.
Okay, I will tell you what is digital literacy. Digital literacy is defined as the ability to use digital technology, communication tools, or networks to locate, evaluate, use, and create information. Information pollution is classified into three types. One, misinformation. Two, disinformation. And third is malinformation. And right now we focus on misinformation. What is misinformation? Misinformation, the spread of false information with no intention of causing harm. And I will tell you some example of misinformation on Twitter. One is COVID-19, two political election, three tragedy for natural disaster, and the most popular right now is Israel-Palestine conflict. And we found one account, the name of account is Gazette. The Gazette tweet includes BS, inflammatory statement about Jews, suggesting negative traits inherently genocidal based on their racial identity. The tweet attempts to link negative behaviors to specific race, perpetuating harmful essentialist beliefs. Additionally, an extreme and unverified claim about Hamas is presented, contributing to the negative portrayal on the entire organization. This example illustrates the dangers of misinformation, ascribing negative traits based on racial identity and propagating unverified claims. There are some approaches to combating misinformation on Twitter. One, fake news debunking sites. Two, collaborative effort to address misinformation. And the third, community notes Twitter. Community notes in Twitter is feature a fact-checking tools that allows users to add context to tweets that are spreading misinformation or fake news. To add community notes to a tweet, you can either write a new note using the right tab from your menu and publish it, or copy the link to your tweet and pass it into the form at communitynote.twitter.com and click request additional review to submit your note for review. Twitter community notes, while in its early stage of development, possesses the fundamental elements necessary of evolved into platform with credibility comparable to Wikipedia by continuously refining its process and engaging a vigilant and diverse community. Community nodes can develop into a credible platform, making significant strides toward achieving credibility akin to Wikipedia. And that's all about the discussion. Thank you.